Dukes of Weebdom.
Dukes of Weebdom.
Episode 43.
Episode 43.
There was news that I've received, or we've received since last, because we talked about Jump Festa last week.
Yes.
But there was more of it. Or when was Jump Festa? It wasn't this past weekend, 3 days ago weekend, right?
No, it was.
It was this weekend?
15th through 17th.
Oh, so, okay. All right, well, we spoke last podcast about things coming in Jump Festa. But this week, Jump Festa happened.
Yes.
We got quite a few exciting things, actually.
Not Jump Assemble news.
No Jump Assemble, but we got voice actors for Peak the Anime.
Yes.
Dandadan. Your thoughts?
I listened to the trailer again, actually. I like both of them. Serpo's still the only one that kind of rubs me the wrong way. He should. He's supposed to sound creepy, but it's just not
What you imagined?
Yeah, kind of more mundane. Like, I expected a little more, maybe. I don't know. But I'm not disappointed.
Well, because I obviously everyone who reads a manga, especially like Dandadan, 133 chapters right now, you build up your own kind of voice in your head for the characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Momo just didn't sound anything like I had imagined her in my brain, but I'm sure that first. I'm sure Okuran will probably. I feel like Momo talked more in the trailer to me, but Okuran in the Japanese is. I swear I didn't look it up, but he sounded like was it Tanjiro or Midoriya? I forget who it is. And voice actors. VAs.
Natsuki Hanai.
So we're just gonna look him up quick. And see his previous works. Oh, Tanjiro.
Yep.
Yes, yeah, so
Kaneki.
some other people.
Tubi.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so just a bunch. He's got Kaneki.
Hikari. I was like, Hakari!
Oh, Shinpei. Cool. He's Shinpei as well. Yeah, so he's been around. He's been around. He's a notable.
Hiatus.
Yeah, so he's been he's a good voice actor. I enjoy all these things. I just hope that it's not a Tanjiro voice. I don't think how Tanjiro's voice is. Well, you don't watch
shit.
it.
He was the main character in I'll Know Zero.
Oh yeah, wait up.
Yeah.
You watch Demon Slayer in English, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll Know Zero. That's what I was thinking.
Well, because even between Tanjiro and Kaneki, the Japanese, two total, because it's personality differences, you know.
Yeah.
So
enormous. They're both meek, but that's about it.
Yeah.
For similarities.
Yeah, like human Kaneki, maybe before pre-torture Kaneki.
Yeah. He was a little meek boy.
Yeah, but as long as he doesn't pull too much Tanjiro, I think I'll be all right. Because I don't think that even the angry Tanjiro, you know, when he gets into deep, I just don't feel that fits Okuran's personality. No, neither one of them. So I think maybe more of I'm just trying to look at these people. Maybe a Shinpei.
It's not Inaho from I'll Know Zero, that's for sure.
I know most of these people. Makoto from I forget what it's called. It's an isekai. Vanitas is great. Masamune. I think this is from. Oh yeah, this is Masamune's Revenge. Masamune-kun's Revenge. So I've seen
there's a picture of Inaho. They just used a really, really shitty iTunes thing of it. The second one, that's the I'll Know Zero guy, but the picture they used is so terrible.
It is terrible, yeah. Jesus.
Why did they use an iTunes silhouette?
Even his voice, he's more of a serious type.
Yeah, he's so reserved that I don't think it would work.
So I don't think it would work. Yeah, so
People can shit on No Zero all they want. I liked it.
I did too. Okay. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
So, I mean, even just these first four, right? Tanjiro, Kaneki, Vanitas, and, Inoho. All four of those are vastly different from each other, team and personality. So even if he just kind of mixes them
even
together,
just the one soundbite we got of Okarun sounds wildly different than all four of them.
Yes.
It had like a mischievousness I wasn't like prepared for, I think is what it is. Like, it has a lot of that like.
Yeah. You should watch Vanitas. I think you'd like it. The case study of Vanitas.
It looks pretty.
Vampires.
I remember seeing some of the thumbnails as it was coming out.
It's got 2 seasons out. I think you'd like it.
I'd give it a try.
But
Eminence of Shadows on Hulu, so maybe I'm gonna.
Eminence of Shadows on Hulu now?
I saw it when I went to log into my Hulu.
You're so against.
Well, it might get you to read Blue Lock, so god damn it. There's only a few prices too great for that. Not writing a blank check for no price is too great.
Yeah. Let's see what she got.
What is this?
Yeah, this is Momo. She's remember her name being Shion.
I also don't, but I definitely recognize her.
I thought it was something with a C, I thought.
Hey, she's in Zenless Zone Zero.
Well, let's see what IMDb has listed for.
Hey, it's weird that the Google didn't give you the Google results like usual.
Yeah, like we just did for the other guy. So.
Zenless Zone Zero. I fucking knew it'd be that chick. I knew it. Right when I saw her like kind of like street outfit in her like artist shot, I was like, it's gonna be that pink haired chick from Zenless Zone Zero. Scroll back up though, I saw some animes.
I did too, but it doesn't say the character in it. It just lists the like.
Yeah,
Talked Op, is she the main character in?
Well, I'm assuming it's the picture they keep showing, or is that Licorice Recoil that the picture?
That's Licorice
okay,
Recoil.
so I'm assuming she's that girl from Licorice Recoil.
Maybe, or she's fucking.
I didn't watch any of those animes they listed, so.
Well, let's just go here then. Fucking Wikipedia. Oh, she was in Gundam. Blood Rivers as Hinata. Shoko Tensei as Shizuka. She's now Toshi. Now Hoshi, rather. Talked Up. Oh, so she is Cosette, the main girl. Let's see. Riko's Recoil. Yeah, so she's Takina. She's the black-haired one.
Oh.
Riko's Recoil.
Fuck you, Google.
She's in The Witch of Mercury.
Well, we just keep showing pictures of the girl she's not.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I haven't watched a single one.
Pokemon, Dandadan, and...
The girl I like forgot her glasses.
Definitely a little bit less than the other guy, but, yeah. I mean... It'll
But
grow on me. I'm sure it'll grow
But there's some
on me.
big names in there at the same time.
Yes.
I see how she got Dandadan.
She's newer, too, because nothing before 2019. And, I mean, looking at her right here in her profile picture...
And 4 years later, she's in a MiHoYo game, so she's pretty set.
Yeah, she's good. So I think
Turbo Granny's perfect.
Turbo Granny.
Let's just touch on that real quick too. That's
Absolutely.
literally perfect.
Did they say anything? Turbo Granny. Oh no, only 4 members. Nothing for Granny or anyone else. I don't think.
GG. I don't know how much one season's gonna cover. I need to hear episode counts first before I even try.
Gonna even get to GG.
It's all gonna be episode counts. If it's 24 episodes, probably. If it's 12 episodes, probably not.
It depends on pacing too, and how much they cover in the chapter wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because 24 episodes.
I could see it maybe ending on GG if they do it. Like have half the season be those more like week to week, and then end in like IRA like episode 6.
Well, if it's 24 episodes, they could do 2 chapters. Like they could probably try and squeeze 2 chapters an episode. That's 50 chapters.
Yeah.
That's almost half the series at this point.
They'd probably be able to do more than 2 chapters in episode 2, to be fair.
But do we want them to, though?
No, I mean in general, like later on, like the Loch Ness Monster filling the school with water isn't going to take half an episode.
Yeah, but like what I'm trying to say is, because say they do 50 episodes now, or maybe a little bit more, 55 chapters rather. All right, season 2 comes out 6 months. Well, I mean, actually, it's more than that.
Yeah.
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah, that's another 52 chapters there.
It is another 52 chapters, so yeah, maybe it would work. Because I was more concerned about them catching up or something, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Never again. Said it before, but
Not like this.
It just doesn't happen.
No, which is a good thing.
If this isn't Mappa obviously, but imagine Mappa's schedule, someone thinking they'll catch up to something.
Speaking of
how many chapters of JJK have come out since season 1?
200?
Yeah, right?
It's been a lot. It was 4 years, so. Speaking of Mappa stuff, too, they fucking putting Chainsaw Man next season into a movie.
I'm actually really for it. I see a lot of people complaining. The only thing...
How many chapters is the Rize arc?
12.
Okay, never mind. It's pretty perfect, because...
I only have an answer because someone on Twitter answered somebody.
Mugen Train's 12, too, I think, so...
Yeah. It's such a self-contained story that, I really think they could just bang it out in a movie. But I will take all of this back if they readapt it into a season. If they readapt the movie like Mugen Train, I'll take this all back and I'll hate it completely. Yeah. But right now, I'm good with that decision.
Yeah.
Especially with Fujimoto, the man who's known for loving theater so much, let him have a movie.
Yeah, okay. I'll give it to you.
Again, though, I will take it all back. This is very conditional. If I have to sit down after another year or 2 years and rewatch the Bomb Girl arc as an anime, I'll be unhappy because that will be putting off the International Assassins arc.
Yeah, no thanks.
Where my boy Yoshida gets in here, and where I forgot half the plot before I reread it.
Scared Cheetah.
Scared Cheetah. Run Cheetah.
Run Cheetah. I'm sure they'll do it justice like they did season 1 anyway. But
this is also a little weird niche complaint. I feel like announcing the movie boom, Reze movie, Reze poster is already kind of giving people too much information. Look how much emphasis we're putting on this girl you don't know yet. When he's supposed to meet her as a mundane, normal girl. Now you know she's not just nobody. A smart person would put it together, but still, it should just be handed to you. At least pull some of the drama out of it.
Yeah, because we didn't see her, but we saw the cafe at the end of season 1. And it's so I've been seeing this on, not as, an epidemic or anything like that, but I just, I've been seeing people on, people that are covering JJK right now, right?
Oh, no. Is it going to be that take?
The anime. Anime, I don't know these people watching this. And... will mention something about Gojo, oh, I hope he doesn't, spoilers, doesn't die or anything, or he doesn't do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, listen, motherfucker.
Manga page incoming.
Listen. There's one of them, I'm not going to name, but, a anime YouTuber that I follow that covers manga weekly of a bunch of different stuff. They're in the scene of manga stuff.
Yeah.
One Piece mainly. But, so, for One Piece, what he'll do is for Twitter, he always tells me when spoilers drop. He basically says, I'm not on Twitter for the rest of the thing because he doesn't want to get spoiled for that week. But he's, dropping hints and stuff of Todo. He's loving Todo right now. And he's I could see him, losing an arm or something. But I really hope that he doesn't die. So he obviously has... some spoilers at least to being maybe he is gonna lose a hand but he doesn't die, but he doesn't maybe know that he does die or not. But then stuff he wants no spoilers about Gojo and stuff like that. I was listen, there ain't nobody that doesn't know what happens to Gojo.
Also, Streisand effect, the more you ask to not have that, the more people are gonna shove it in your fucking face.
It's
saying, I don't want to know what happens to Gojo almost guarantees that comment section is going to be what happens to Gojo.
Or just a bunch of Go/Joe typed in the comments.
Yes.
Or Go Space Joe. Everywhere.
Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, I only just got it. Ow. Oh, that's
forward
rude.
Slash. It's the big memes I see. But I'm listen, if you're covering JJK in any facet of the word, there's zero or no or actively a fan of it. There's no possible way you don't. It's unfortunate. It is because the fan base are just inconsiderate and where everyone will share that thing. It's like, even if you don't know exactly what happens, you know he's dead.
Yeah.
By what people are insinuating.
Yep.
So it's like, I understand you're a reactionary YouTuber, so you have to make it look like it's new when it happens, but this is going to happen. You're not going to see Gojo versus Sukuna for maybe another 3 years.
It's so bad in JJK when another author is like, has to put out an announcement, an official announcement being like, Gojo's death hit me too hard, so I'm have to go on break a couple weeks for my manga.
Wasn't that Black Clover?
No, I think it was...
Was it Kishimoto?
I think it was Tony Kawa. Tony Kawa's author. I remember hearing the property and being like, that makes sense. That's how I felt. I want to say it was Tony Kawa. Maybe Blue Box? It was definitely something that, like...
Something.
So that it felt like it tracked.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, I don't know where I was really going with this. It's just like, I see people, it's like, listen.
Yep, Tony Kawa.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Over the Moon for you?
No, it's... Tony Kaku. Oh. So no, I don't even know who that is.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I've never heard of this manga. But still, they did put out an announcement about going on break that also includes Gojo dying.
Yeah, it's a way to tell your entire audience that Gojo's dead.
Right?
Because there may have been people that read that manga but are anime only, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's fucked.
There's no manga I see more spoiled than JJK.
It's ridiculous.
So I love when it's fucking leak day and people are like, yo, here's my YouTube link. Come to my YouTube later to talk about the leaks that dropped today.
And like they're fucking...
Weekly.
Yeah, and they're like... thumbnail will be a leak or something stupid, or the fucking subject matter title of the video is the spoiler. It's like, yo,
I see the whole fucking premise.
Chill out.
We're really gonna sit here and talk about these raws, like
just wait for the official, man.
Please. It's like Broken Ronin. Broken Ronin, every time it's like leak day 2, he's like, I'm swerving you guys.
Few leaks. We're going to get to it. We're going to just sidestep here. I did get one spoiler for JJK this week as well. I got I was spoiled about the sentence.
I was spoiled.
That page. Given death sentence for Sukuna.
Oh, I was spoiled at...
What the death sentence took away?
Yes, I was spoiled at that immediately. This community, man. They're in uproar. Listen.
It is bullshit.
It's pretty fucked up.
I was fucking heated.
That's my text. Like, how are they gonna fight?
I just messaged you right back instantly. It's like, that's fucking...
The moment you're like, did you read JJK yet? I was like, ha 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 ha. Laughs and bullshit.
So before we go into that, we'll dive into that next. I want to talk about some more things that came out of Jump Festa.
I don't even have that much more besides the Kaiju trailer, personally.
There's a new Kaiju trailer?
Yeah, there's a new Kaiju trailer.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, their heads still look weird, but honestly, I even said on Twitter, I'm ready to just drop it. It's not going to change, and everything else about it's perfect. It moves well, the monster designs are good, the colors are good.
They're just heads are designed
They're
weird?
just heads or beans. Oh. And in motion, sometimes I don't even notice, but it's when they stop for a little bit and move around a little bit.
I'll check it out later.
It's a good trailer.
Because we got a trailer for the new Bleach Core, which is coming out in
I did watch it.
April. Well, I mean, to be fair to you, you haven't seen second core, and also
I plan to watch it, so why do I need the trailer?
And also, there's no words in the whole trailer anyway. It's just music and screenshots and like...
They might as well just put the
plans.
word Bleach, Core 3, and then moved on.
Basically. But people were saying, too, that like, all right, because we know it's going to be 4 cores. And people were like, so what's the 4th core going to be about? And I'm like, good point. But there's still too many fights to happen. So core 3 is going to be like the captain's rematch against the Stern Ridders that haven't happened yet. Well, no, I should take that back. It's going to be the captains versus the not the Vandenreich, what the fuck are they called? The Royal Guard people of the head dudes of the Stern Ritter. the right hand dudes. I know you're not. I'm just trying to explain to you who they are. Yeah. I think the Schiffstoffel or something like that. I think they're called. I don't know. It's a German word.
It sounds like a German pastry.
Yeah, and those 5, like Lily Barrow, Miracle, and all of them. So captains versus them. So there's like 5 fights there of like each one, but like each one of those kind of have multiple fights. Then there's like
that's easily gonna eat up the whole core right there.
Hashvolt's gonna have some stuff, and Urio's gonna have some stuff. But then after that, it's just straight Yuha and Ichigo. But in the manga, that's like 4 pages.
Yeah, it's gonna be 8 episodes now,
or 4 chapters rather. But actually no, because there's some minor. There's a flashback for the Soul King and Yuha. So I think people have
stuff into it too, though.
Well, yeah, I mean, we already this past arc or core 2, we already got more Yuha backstory that we didn't have in the manga.
Yeah,
so it's like a good half an episode of stuff, brand new stuff. That was awesome, and they like. I also feel that the most heavy edits too, or changes or additions, are going to be
the farther you go,
the later sections. You know what I mean?
The more tired Kubo got, the more you guys need to fill in the blanks.
Yes. So,
but that's easier with stuff like light novels and extended material and like.
Yeah. So I think we'll be all right. But I think people are being a little hyperbolic about what's left. I'm like, some of these fights are pretty epic, and they can like really draw these out to be like,
all they need to do is put in like one lose hope moment at the end that didn't exist. They could call the season there and then pick it up next season. Have someone seem like they're losing their fight at one point, cliffhanger the season, move on to the next core.
Well, it's the weird part too, because they left off in a weird spot in core 2, like right in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, see, don't do that. Make it seem like they're losing first.
Well, it made it seem like Yuha was losing, and everyone was losing. The bad guys were losing, good guys were winning.
That's a bad way to end a core.
That, I just wanted to mention that came out, and it looks great. Like, obviously, the whole 1,000-Year Blood War arc visually has been stunning. So
we got a logo for a One Piece remake.
Yeah, well, that was my next thing I was going to bring up. It is because I have
the first ever remake of an ongoing show.
Yes, so it's gonna be wild.
Floored.
It's gonna be wild to me that the remake for an anime is gonna be airing at the same time as one. Like, imagine if they all released at the same time. So it'd be like, all right, so this week I watched the second episode of season 2 of the live action. Episode 1 of the Wit Studios the One Piece, read the One Piece chapter, and then also watched the Toei animation episode.
And I got a movie coming.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's crazy to me.
It's too much.
But so I've watched, obviously, One Piece is the one I followed the most stuff about on social medias and YouTube specifically. But so I watched basically everyone's commentary on it. And one person Grand Line Review, you know him as the other guy does Hunter x Hunter content.
Yes.
So he explains it. He's very optimistic because he thinks they're all saying the only reason this is happening is because of the great success that the live action.
Oh yeah, because Netflix threw another bag at Shueisha.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is now they're like, okay, so now all of those fans, because I had a dude at work that asked me if I watched One Piece because he watched live action, was really enjoying it, and I was like, yeah, but I don't know if you like the, because it's hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
anime
to be fair,
starts. The first episode of the anime was released in 1999.
And it
25 years ago.
Let's be a little fair too. As it went on too, it didn't look good compared to its peers. Everyone else started like throwing their bag into animation. One Piece was like, why? We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
So I could see the need. It's just still so wild optics. And why Wit? Why did you bid on this? You pass every project you start on to other people.
The only one they haven't.
You take One Piece?
The only one they haven't, though, is one they were also collabing with someone else with, and that's Spy Family.
Yes, but we're still super early.
But because they did 3 seasons of Attack on Titan before getting rid of that.
Yes.
And they got rid of, what was the other one?
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga, gave that to Mappa. They did season 1 of Bocchi the Rock.
And Ranking of Kings.
That's the one I meant. Bocchi the Rock is the fucking pink
His
hair.
Ranking of Kings. Oh, Bocchi!
Yeah. Bocchi's the fucking pink-haired guitarist.
Bocchi the Mute.
Yeah. Because this is his name, Bocchi?
Bocchi, but it's... yeah.
I'm sorry.
With me speaking it more.
Bocchi the Rock is a pink-haired guitar, idol
You gotta watch
band
Ranking
thing.
of Kings, man.
I do. I've seen scenes where it was fucking
It's
wild.
fucking slapping, dude.
Everyone has high praise for it.
Because it's such a great mix of dark subject matter and really, like,
Watch them have
childlike visuals.
Watch them have actually done Bocchi the Rock, too. That'd be funny as fuck. Where... Alright, whatever. Wiki. Give me the answers. Anime. Cloverworks.
The other half of Spy Family.
Yeah, look at that. So I think it's a good idea, but then at the same time, bad idea for current One Piece fans, because as the Grand Line Review mentioned today, after he recapped them, this will be the 6th iteration of the East Blue.
Also, how does Toei feel about Wit doing One Piece anime?
Well, Shueisha's involved in it.
I know
too,
Shueisha's involved,
Toei.
but how does Toei feel? The people that animate One Piece currently.
You know what they also said, though? Which I'm kind of on board for, because please give these people breaks. To, honestly, we need new voice actors or something. Someone that sounds like them, but this poor lady, she's already said that she's retiring after Luffy. I don't think she... Because,
So does every video game, too, yeah.
Everything Luffy ever.
Yeah.
She did the dub for the live action. The Japanese dub. Mayumi Takanada. Tanaka. Yes. She's born 1955. So what's that? She's almost 80. 70 right now?
Yeah, almost 70, yeah.
And you want her to restart One Piece? No. Give this woman a break. Every video game.
Yep.
Every cameo. Every movie. Every commercial. Everything Luffy's ever been in, she voices. She did the Japanese dub for him as well.
She did get paid good.
Oh, I'm sure she does. And because I've never seen her in anything else, her voice. I don't know if she does.
I saw one other credit, but that could have been from before.
Oh, well, here's stuff from...
Well, those are all old. Astro Boy, Dr. Slump.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's move on here.
So,
in the
early
90s in Dragon Ball Z, she was Krillin, Yajirobe, Baba, and Snow, whoever the fuck Snow is. Oh, she did Goku for a year. Let's see.
Koenma.
Oh, in Yu Yu Hakusho.
More on that later.
Yes, more on that later.
GT.
Krillin, yeah. Some Star Wars stuff. One Piece.
Oh, we hit One Piece.
Yeah, 1999. Let's see.
Still doing some work after, though. That's good.
Sakura Wars.
Little Kitty. Kaishi. Oh, my God. That's a blast from the past. Holy shit.
I guess she's just the voice of Krillin.
Yeah. Toriko. Luffy and Krillin. Yeah. For that one crossover
she was
episode.
in Yushio and Tora. I mean, that's
Super.
not one of them, but Ancient Magic Bride.
Dandadan.
Turbo Granny.
I was like, wait a minute, I didn't know that. Damn.
Awesome.
You're doing the best job. Let me say, Turbo Granny was the best voice in the trailers.
Oh, she was in Castle in the Sky as Pazu.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's been around, so...
So you better keep scrolling. I want to see if she's in any of the... Oh, no, not that way.
No, this is...
Let's see the more recent movies.
Oh,
in case she's in something like Suzume or...
Oh, anime films. Let's see.
Yeah.
Newest stuff.
It looks like
One
all
Piece and Dragon
show
Ball. Yeah.
movies, yeah. Space Brothers. Yeah, that's a show too, so yeah.
This is still 9. I was like, I'm surprised this isn't all One Piece, but...
Okay.
Yeah, all the One Piece games, everything. Live action. Oh, it doesn't list One Piece
Well,
here.
she did dub over it. She
Yeah,
did actually star in it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Dubbing roles.
Oh, dubbing roles. That's the One Piece.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Even Liz Naki, too. So, yeah.
Yeah, so... But, like I said, she's getting older. One Piece is still going to go for another fucking... You probably got, like, 7 years of the anime left. Let's be real here. I mean, who knows? I have high hopes for it. I mean, because they're going to take away all the pacing issues so they can...
And it's wit. It's going to look good.
Yeah, well... Yes, but
Yes.
I also want to see how good. You said it too. A lot of the reason One Piece didn't take off in the West as much as Naruto did is Naruto's early animation is just
Great.
way better. That shit still holds up today.
It's that early animation and that choreography. Like,
'Cause they
Naruto
came
had
out the
really
same
nice
year.
fights.
Yeah, early Naruto I think started a couple of months after the One Piece anime did.
I
Or
can't
maybe it was
even
a year.
input because I literally got called out earlier. I think earlier today for saying One Piece was on Toonami when it wasn't. It was on Fox. Because that's why I got the 4K stub.
Yeah, it wasn't on Toonami.
No. Well, I feel like it was.
So do I. I swear to Christ it was. Did you look it up?
No.
We're going to look it up.
Because I felt like he had me already when he mentioned the 4Kids stub. Because 4Kids is Fox.
You're right. One Piece was removed from the Toonami block after March. Oh, that's
2017.
Was One Piece ever on Toonami? Series aired on Adult Swim's Toonami program block from... Yeah.
Yeah.
2013 is much
10
later.
years ago. Yeah, no. That's not the kind of period I was looking for.
I was looking at like 7th grade when Naruto and them were on it.
Yeah, that's... No. So I think they're still right.
Was it on Cartoon Network, though?
4Kids
dub, as well as Honey Dub, were aired on Cartoon Network in India sometime ago. What? I'm gonna look it up now. What channel?
It's gonna be Fox.
Channel? One Piece.
Because that means it was part of the JetX block and the Fox block back in the day.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was hoping. Oh, yeah. Fox Network premiered in the United States.
2004.
2004.
Fox. It's where Ultimate Muscle and Shaman King were.
And later on Cartoon Network on their Saturday night program block, Toonami in 2000. Yeah,
But you
in
know what
April
else?
2005, right here, Saturday
shit.
night. And later aired on Cartoon Network on their Saturday night action programming block, Toonami in 2005. So yeah,
Leave that there.
so yeah, I was right. I was like, I swear, because the only one that wasn't Bleach was on Adult Swim. It aired later at the night.
And I believe Yu Yu Hakusho and Full Metal Alchemist both had versions that could air on both. Because I distinctly remember they would have bloodless versions of one of the two that they would air earlier.
Well, I remember specifically that Naruto kicked Yu Yu Hakusho off of Toonami.
Yeah,
they
I
took
remember
the
being
time slot.
upset about that.
I was as well.
Because I think it was really like late into the chapter Black arc too.
I could remember the exact words I said and where I was. I was in my mom's room watching TV, looking to watch fucking Hiei fight because I remember I could be wrong about that, but I feel like it was gonna. I thought at least it was gonna be a Hiei fight, and I was like, "What is this ninja shit? Where's Yu Yu Hakusho?
Believe it."
What's this?" But then I watched the first episode. I was like, "All right, that was kind of good," and then I was just on it.
And then the next episode, Konohamaru came in, and we both dropped the anime and never watched it again. Oh my god, Foxbox. Let me tell you, for all the things I just said that I praised, half of the Foxbox was complete garbage. Absolute garbage. The Kirby show and the Sonic show that were on the Foxbox are some of the worst cartoons I've seen in my life.
Because Bobo was also at the same time as Naruto as well.
Yep.
Came that same night. It was all new shit that Saturday. I was like, what is going on? But Naruto looks like very, very, very good. when that first came out.
It does. And
it
even if
still
someone wants
looks
to
good.
say, like, visually that they're close, then you start getting into choreography. Like, they reached for more in Naruto in those early days.
Yeah. Well, from what I understand, too, is Naruto blast off quicker, too. One Piece wasn't that popular until...
But the moment they saw those
Paramount
Sasuke
War.
design, they're like, yeah!
Yeah, because when it...
That me!
I mean, East Blue was it was very successful, but, like, it became an international success when, like, the Paramount Wall was happening. And since then, it's just been on the top of the charts forever. But I think that it's going to bring in a lot of new Western fans. I don't think it's going to do anything for Europe. Well, I can't really speak for Europe, but the Japanese scene, everyone's in Japanese is already watching One Piece, so just like, yeah,
but
One
they
Piece.
might watch it again, yeah.
Because you have the episode, so you have, for East Blue, you have the original anime.
I don't want to watch East Blue again.
You have the manga. You have the live action. Yeah.
I just watched it.
Then you have episode of Nami, which is kind of like an hour-long thing that just covers Arlong Park. But then you also have episode of East Blue, which is like an hour and 45 to 2 hour long episode that crams like the entirety of East Blue into a 2 hour thing. And it's just...
That don't work.
It doesn't...
I feel like that should just be a clip show summarizing the
I will
plots.
say the best part of that is... Do you remember Jin? I think his name is the dude that Sanji fights in Sanji's arc. The dude with the batons
Yes,
and
I
the balls.
do think that is his name, yes.
The choreography between those two in the episode of East Blue, like their fight is fucking amazing. But like the episodes of are bad. Like there's an episode of Skypiea that is just horrendous because it's basically just a amalgamation of out of context clips of Skypiea.
Yeah, I can tell you one thing. If you already were skeptical of liking Skypiea, you're not going to like it more with all of the context removed.
Yeah. So it's going to do a lot of... And then this is their chance to, like, people are saying, like, because a lot of people are comparing it to Hunter x Hunter. Because Hunter x Hunter also had an anime that released in 1999, and it was bad.
It was bad.
Hunter x Hunter
I mean, it
2011.
had upsides, but it looked ugly.
But look at Hunter x Hunter 2011.
It looks perfect.
Everyone loves it. And
still one of the
that's
most
what made...
evenly distributed budgets of its time, too.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
it looks the same throughout.
Yes, and that's what I mean. What was Hunter x Hunter before 2011? Nothing. Nobody gave a fuck about it.
I only knew it from a couple like good clips.
Yeah, like the
Klua pulling the guy's heart out.
that or Koro versus Kula's dad and grandpa.
Yes, and Hisoka versus Gon. I definitely saw the original adaptation for that first.
So there were scenes that people were aware of, but it's not like Full Metal Alchemist.
Like the proper, no.
Everyone knew original Full Metal Alchemist, and then when Brotherhood came out, they're like, okay, well,
That first one was good.
let's watch this, and then you find out that the original took liberties with the story.
Yes.
So, like, Shanks does hockey in the first episode, but hockey wasn't a thing yet. It's not a thing for another, like,
Hopefully they could smooth out some of
300
this shit.
400 chapters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of inconsistencies in the early one when you look at it as an overall arc and story, because any author's going to have that.
Any author writing for decades.
Yes. There's going to be things that they have to add to the story later that may make things look weird early on.
You can't plan 20 years into the future when it comes to story writing.
I mean, there's definitely things in One Piece that he did plan out, and you can see it afterwards, and you're like, what the... Dude, 12 years of foreshadow. But we'll say that some people reach hard. They're like, oh, Oda's the king of foreshadowing, which maybe he is, maybe he's not. But there's certain things that like, oh, this one thing for... It's like, okay, chill. It's just kind of a coincidence. It's like people reach certain things.
Poke, like... Foreshadowing is like the best thing ever, when in reality it's kind of like more like the Adventure Time thing, where instead, like, obviously not 100% of the time, I'm not even speaking to like any specific point in that, but like Adventure Time, they have all these little one-off episodes, and it's like that in the later seasons they're like, okay, we need another storyline, let's look back, let's make this one important. Like, that's not foreshadowing.
No, that's
if you retroactively go back and...
Yes, that's building off of a previous foundation that you built. Yes.
Yes. And I feel like a lot of the times in the community, that's actually what happened.
So, like...
Not One Piece specifically, just people being like, foreshadowing. No. They went back and saw that and said, I could turn this into foreshadowing now.
So I think a good example of that in One Piece is the Nika. Sun God Nika, which is Luffy's new devil fruit.
Okay.
N-I-K-A.
Was it, could you feel the vacuity?
Yes. N-I-K-A. Nika. Sun
Oh, that's
God
not why
Nika.
I was staring either. I was just like, what the fuck is that?
Okay. So that's Luffy's, the true name of Luffy's devil fruit. It's not a paramecia. It's a mythical zoan. So the first time that is mentioned, the name Nika is in Wano by a fight between Jinbei and Who's Who. This is the first time we hear about it. Then, I think it's like 40 chapters or so later, maybe a little less than that, is when Luffy awakens his devil fruit to that, and then the Gorosei mention the name of the devil fruit. But people try and take the foreshadowing of the sun god Nika and the devil fruit back to Skypiea. And yes, you could say that, but I think it's more of an example of Oda building off of what he put in Skypiea to Wano Country, because it's not a one-to-one thing.
It's more like, I want something, let me go through my notes, not, it's time for that thing from my notes.
Yes. And there are definitely things from Oda's notes.
Especially One Piece, there's so much time, there is going to be both.
Yes. And I think that Luffy, Gear 5 is definitely a build off of things that were mentioned in Skypiea. Though, I know a lot of people give shade to Skypiea, but Skypiea is one of the most important arcs to One Piece.
For that reason. Because it's like...
Not even just Sun Nika, because everyone says it's a microcosm of the entire story arc.
Yeah.
Nolan's story, how it ties in with NL, everything. You look at the overarching story, like the themes. The themes of what One Piece ultimately is going to be about Luffy overthrowing the world government type deal. All of that is, it's just, there's a video essay on it that is amazing that I need to find. But so
I watched a video about how every single character is connected to the Aesop's Fable part in Chainsaw Man. Trust me, I feel you.
Yes. Usopp's whole story is built off of Aesop's fables. Aesop.
Yep.
And I think that some of his stories he was telling Kaya are just straight rips from the fables of Aesop's fables. Like yeah. Which is, I mean...
Did you talk about the town mouse and the country mouse?
I don't know about that much, but...
I'm so excited for the Rizze movie. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That conversation comes up in that. The fucking movie theater scenes with Makima come up in that. And then we get to the Rizze stuff. Like...
Nah. Oh. It's good stuff.
I'm so right.
But I'm excited. It's not coming anytime. They haven't even started on it, which I think it's preemptive. It's a preemptive announcement because Wits afterwards put out a tweet basically saying, if you want to work on this project, let us know. So they're hiring people for it. And I'm like, so you haven't even started this yet.
Everything we've done is in One Piece.
Yeah. But... like, listen, so the voice actors are iconic.
You're going to be calling that the one picture for a while? Because it's going to be the one picture of One Piece.
Yeah. And of Fuchsia Village. But, like I said, she can't do another 500 episodes, man. Because that's what it would be. And
East Blue again.
Here's my thing, too, though. I think that... say this goes on for a while, I don't think they should redo the whole thing.
No.
I think they should, if the longest they should go is into the beginning of Wano, because that's when the animation changed.
I think even that is asking a lot of width, though.
Well, that's 800, so it is a lot. It's 800 episodes that even just bare bones cutting out like the
all of the stand panning screens up. Look, do.
Just cutting out that bullshit and the 7 minutes of recap and then bullshit.
Last time on One Piece, Yago.
Then
Next
the actual
time
opening,
on One Piece.
Then the regular opening, and then they had like this narration
Oh,
opening.
and you can't forget what's it? Oh fuck, they were putting him up for execution, and then he said, "I left everything I owned in one piece," and then they sailed every fucking time.
So cutting all that out, you cut it in half. So we'll say 900 episodes. I forget exactly when Wano Kaiatri starts. But then also, 100 of those episodes are just straight filler. So you're really actually looking at 800 episodes.
Still a lot.
It is.
A lot for anyone and a lot for Wit.
Yes. So 800 episodes down to 400 just off the rip. And then you could probably take it down to 350, which is still a lot.
Because I agree with you, everything before Wano needs the remake treatment, but I still think they should just stop after Skypiea. Maybe NS Lobby.
No, if they're going to go all the way, I want fucking Paramount Wall. Go all the way up to the time skip.
A man can dream.
In
no reality, you know what they really should do? This is why,
because what we want is, because hockey wasn't fleshed out until after the time skip. Even during, and you could make it so you could be like, oh, we're following Luffy, and Luffy didn't really know what hockey was, so he didn't really see what the hockey was. It's like, well, that's bullshit, because hockey was still explained in the story. Hockey is introduced in...
And Slabi, I'm pretty sure Water 7.
Well, that's when, they call it something like Rokushiki is one of the names of the attack. Soro, which is like their flash step shit. It's like specific combat techniques that CP9 uses of the branch. And like the harden, so it's actually probably a base for what hockey was going to be. That was him Oda testing it, and then was built on it afterwards, because when hockey as a word was really thrown out there was Sabi Ondi with Rayleigh and all them.
Let's be real, Wit's not going to do all that.
Do all what?
I don't think Wit will even go to
I get what you mean. Yeah, as in all of that.
They're not doing all that.
Probably.
I
don't know.
I think back to a Twitter comment where apparently they were giving up all of those series that they had because they wanted to make more anime original content. And now they're readapting One Piece.
Exactly.
There's no way. I'll be happy if they can at least cover Alabasta, I think.
Because Paramount War was literally the war of the best. And you see, like, people mention, oh, he's using hockey. Is he, though? Because he didn't see it. Because there was no visual representation for hockey.
Yeah.
As fan, there's, like, I don't know if Oda did it or it's official, but there's official releases of Paramount War, Marineford, colored. All the chapters are colored, full colors of every page. And in those hardenings, hockey hardenings there aren't when the hands, you've probably seen it when they turn black. That's armament hockey. But they've mentioned that that's happening in Paramount Wall, but you don't see it. So people want to see stuff like that happen in Paramount Wall, because there's a lot of cool shit that's like...
Y'all like can dream.
It's like peak shonen right there. So
I don't think they're going to do it.
It's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Even just getting to Paramount War is longer than any anime other than Black Clover in the last 15 years. What? Black Clover is the longest one. I mean,
I didn't realize Black Clover is that long, yeah.
Well, I mean, manga chapters-wise, there are close to 400 chapters, right? Black Clover?
But I mean, they didn't adapt like a big chunk at the end there.
Yeah, but how many episodes is Black Clover at this point? I mean, it's probably got to be close to 200. Yeah, well, I take that back, actually. Boruto is super long.
Yeah. That's like 80-20 rule on filler.
Okay, so Black Clover has 170 episodes so far. The other one would be My Hero.
Boruto's 290.
How many episodes is My Hero in total? 113. So yeah, those are the three biggest ones. Boruto, My Hero Academia, and Black Clover is 113 episodes over 7-8 years. You know what I mean? So...
I like how this person knows this is bullshit. There are supposedly 48 filler episodes in the 290 episodes of Boruto. That's not what I heard.
No, that's bullshit. There's no way.
There is a total of 206 filler episodes in Boruto.
So there's 64 canon episodes of Boruto. Yo, they're milking that franchise to the fucking moon. How many? Let's
God, Detective Conan has a shitload of filler. Oh my god. Yeah, only about 60 of the 242 episodes of Boruto are manga canon. That means only 26% of the show is canon, while the other 74% of the show is filler.
How many total episodes? 290, you said? Two what?
Yes. 290.
So 290 plus 720. So they're over 1,000.
1,100?
No, it's not that much.
1,010. Yeah, it is, because 7, 8, 9, and then the overage from adding 90 to 20.
So 1,010. Yeah, and people say One Piece is too long, but they'll watch 1,010 episodes of Naruto and Boruto. But it's like,
saying.
But
and there's like a good 60 there that I really wish I could take back watching.
So it's like people are like, oh, but One Piece is a lot. One Piece has 106 episodes. 100. It's like 100 and then single digits of 100. It's called 109 filler episodes. So take that down to 1,000 because they're coming up on 1,100 episodes.
We all know the real problem with
One Piece is
filler.
Filler is in episode filler.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a lot of standing around staring at each other. Yes.
White eyes.
Yes. Naruto just has random
really
chunks of like
filler.
10 episode streak of filler in the middle of a fight.
I gotta protect this curry.
In the original series.
41%.
And that's the original Naruto series.
Yeah.
So what about Shippuden?
I feel like that would have been worse, though, because they had that whole arc of filler.
Yeah, well, because Shippuden technically ends in episodes like...
Who fucking does that? Who needs that money so bad? They're like, shit, our anime ended. Let's just make 40 filler episodes in a row.
Naruto Shippuden has 500 episodes. 199 of them are filler. 40%.
Why did they say fortunately? Why do you want to be able to skip episodes?
So 40% of regular Naruto, 41% of regular Naruto, 40% of Shippuden, 73% of Boruto.
Ooh. Ew.
Yeah. One Piece, surprisingly, in terms of has the best content, but Bleach.
I mentioned Detective Conan because it came up while I was searching. 404 filler episodes.
Well, isn't that very episodic too?
It's also just as long as One Piece.
Manga-wise, I think it's longer.
Yeah, I think it's at least a little bit longer. I don't know how much longer. I know him and Oda had an interview together. The author of Detective Conan.
Ooh, 45% of Bleach. 164 of 366 episodes. But, hey, that percentage can go down now that 1,000 Year Blood War has 24 episodes
Diluted it out.
Bring that number up. Bring it down to 44%.
Let's give fillers of Bleach. Yes, you can, sir.
Yes.
You're going to skip that whole Bound arc.
You're going to be confused as shit when Chad mentions the Bound arc in the Arrancar arc, though. But it's okay. It's one sentence. Just
Not more confused than that courtroom.
How many chapters?
Your Honor, see, there's a show called Bleach, and then there's just a whole season with the bounce.
Okay, so 100. Oh, well, 104 volumes, which means One Piece probably passed it because One Piece I think is on like 110 volumes. The episodes of filler, meaning that there's no progress of plot, meaning there is no ending, but fans still have hope. Let's see, manga. List of volumes. Just click
I've
on
never
this.
seen a property. I'm more confused how it went on so long than Case Closed.
Is this...
Never in my whole life.
Oh, what?
I've never been more confused at how a property could be so long in my life than Detective Conan.
Oh, true.
Have you ever watched Detective Conan?
No.
I watched the anime back in the day.
I wish you'd just give me a chapter count instead of a volume count. It doesn't say anywhere. The longest arc in Detective Conan is only 12 episodes long.
This is the kind of shit I'm talking about. It was a very much like a case of the week kind of show. I don't know how it could go this fucking long.
How many chapters? Oh, 1,100. Oh,
It's awesome.
1,111.
I like that picture of him just holding up a one.
I think he left it there on purpose, but One Piece isn't there yet. One Piece is 1,102. But that's a lot, man. So that dude must listen. This dude better have a fucking law degree. The author. Let's see. Shonen Jump app. Go to this. Where's One Piece? 1,101. So there's 10 more chapters of Detective Conan than there is One Piece right now.
As of that date.
April 19th, 2023. Which was...
half a year ago.
Yeah. 8 months ago. I think Hajime no Ippo is longer too, though. That's
I'd imagine so.
How do you spell
H-A.
H-A-J?
Yeah.
Oh, right there. Chapter count. 1,400. Jesus Christ. Currently has 134 volumes.
I'm just going to catch up to Ippo before I read One Piece.
Well, it started too in 89. It started 10 years before. And it's ongoing.
That's the part that kills me.
It's like it's a dude's boxing career. How long can you box for? This guy's got to have some severe brain damage by now, right? Well, let's watch it stop being about boxing at a certain point and just now it's like
drama.
It's like a sophisticated drama about it. But
I just want the last chapter to be Muhammad Ali entering the ring and ending his whole career. Straight up like Rocky style.
Right. That's funny. So, JJK.
It's time.
It's time. Fucking bullshit.
I was like, great chapter, right?
Ugh.
Banger.
A banger of my head against the fucking wall. Like, such a cop-out. What did that cursed tool even do again?
Let him take his fleshly form.
So getting rid of it was useless because he's still in said fleshy form.
Yeah. I think it was like, I think it did something too, but not like cleave and dismantle.
No. And fucking... I don't know, man. He just like, basically was like, yeah, sure, I plead guilty. Let's get this over with. Death penalty. Just because he's interested in seeing what the sword is.
Also, I like is how fucking Judge Man was all like pissed when Yuji confessed. And then here's Judge Man when Sukuna confessed. More like intrigued. It's so brought up. Is he turning a blind eye to justice? Is that the symbolism here of him closing one of his eyes? So as Yuji, it was like fucking crying blood and pissed.
Yeah, because it's like no evidence was really put forth.
Yeah, they didn't even get to that part.
It was just, let's get this over with. Oh, okay. You're guilty.
See if I can get an image of this.
Go.
So, like, here's even a picture of Judge Man and Yuji's confession.
Oh, yeah, much angrier. Both eyes open.
bleeding even. And in this one, he pops the sutures off of one and closes the other.
Yeah.
Seems more like intrigued.
Yeah, and fucking Sukuna's over here. I'd be like,
dope.
Let's do it. Ugh, I don't know. I just did not like it. Executioner sword? I mean, I don't know what I was expecting, but not something so rapier-y.
I see the panel of everyone jumping in. I'm like, one of these things is not like the other. One of these things is Eno.
Mask. Like, what is your fucking ski mask gonna
do? It's so
do?
funny, because I think it was like maybe 3-4 weeks ago. I was like, where's Eno, man? Where is he? He was so cool in the anime. And now I'm like, why is he here?
I honestly thought Toji killed him.
Right? I didn't think he killed him, but I thought he might have retired after Toji beat his ass.
For a minute, when I was reading the chapter, I thought that this was Todo, not Kusakabe.
Oh. No, I know my boy Kusakabe.
Well, I noticed afterwards because that's the toothpick he always has.
Oh, yeah, shit.
He's spitting out.
I do love, like, panels of, like... This reminds me of Black Clover when everyone jumped in. All the, like, the students coming in at Sukuna.
You see, so, like, what I don't get is how Kusakabe knew. I'm saying his name right. That's his...
Yes, you know, I actually realized why both of them knew.
Well, because...
You want to know why? Because Sukuna's not holding it anymore. Look at this. Right here. You can see it the moment it takes effect. He's not holding the weapon anymore. Because it got confiscated. So the two people facing him, face to face, noticed. That's how I looked at it, at least.
Well, because for me, right? So when they come out, right? Because the other two weren't there at first. They just kind of came out of nowhere right here on this page. And then it's Do You Want to Die, Higuruma, which I assume that's Kusakabe saying that. Because then in the next page, or 2 pages later, he's defending him against the slashes with Simple Domain. But in the narration is saying, but Sukuna and Higuruma realized that the chance of success was a sham if the target of punishment is carrying a cursed tool.
See, when I read it, I thought it was Sukuna, to be honest.
Oh, this? Right
Yeah,
here?
I thought that was Sukuna when I first read it.
I mean, it could be. Again, it's just black.
I did like double read
words
it, though, because I was kind of like, oh, what? Who? Why? That...
But then why would Sukuna say that before just, like, cleaving him? He would just cleave him, you know what I mean?
Well, unless he's interested in the sword. Some people are saying he's interested in the sword to have.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's supposed to have 2 weapons already. One, like, you see it in some of the old pictures of him on, like, volume covers. He's holding the thing he had now, but he's also holding, like, a little spear.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I think it's supposed to, like, be representative of some sort of god. Vishnu, maybe?
I mean...
Some sort of 4-armed god that holds weapons or items in each hand.
It's got to be something in Hindu law, because Shiva, Kali...
Yeah.
Does Ganesha have... I feel like Ganesha has, like...
I feel like he's holding something, but I don't think it was Ganesha.
No, I mean, like, 4-armed. I don't know if he has 4 arms or, like, 6 or something. I don't know. But I know Kali... and Shiva at least have 4 arms. I've seen depictions of Shiva with more than 4. I'm not versed in Hindu lore, so I wouldn't know. But I'm sure there's someone out there.
Maybe he's gonna fill those other hands up with some weapons now. Though I think he only needs 2. I mean, one of the benefits is that he can hand sign with 2 arms and then weapon with the other 2. Kusakabe's the man.
Yeah. I'm surprised he's even here, to be honest with you, after wanting to run away all of Shibuya.
When he needs to step up, he does.
Yeah, and he was scared shitless of like a 15-finger Sukuna in Yuji's body. And now he's in front of 19 fingers and a head.
10 Eno's there too, so we know it's a desperate situation.
It's true. But
the only person to back... The only people... Actually, yeah, multiple. The only people to back down so far have been my least favorite characters. The artist guy and Kamo.
Back to the beginning of the chapter 2, though. Fucking Hakuri is making Uraume his fucking bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a cool move that she did when she froze the pipes to get them to burst.
Mm-hmm.
So she can just, like, freeze the whole
That does make me a
shit.
little more worried for the Hakuri's future.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I mean, I think they take each other out. Personally, because it's like, all right, so if Hakuri goes down, they don't really have anyone else to spare to take care of Uraume. But then if Uraume goes down, then Hakuri just joins the fight against Sukuna. But
Well, I was gonna say, let me posit this: if we don't think Kusakabe or Ino can do anything to Sukuna, are those spare bodies to go fight Uraume?
I think they're just taking up space.
I think they can break off to fight.
Kusakabe is worth to keep around apparently now because his simple domain is the only defense they have right now against Cleave.
And he's the best at it that we know of, besides Gojo.
Well, apparently not because he still got fucked up with that
He
Cleave.
still blocked Uzumaki though.
He did.
I'm
yes.
holding on to this. My little hopium. And not only did he block Uzumaki, I've seen this page a lot because Kusakabe's been coming up, but Kenjaku himself was impressed by it. He says specifically, "Oh, new shadow style. It's nice to face someone with a little know-how."
Mm-hmm.
Coming from Kenjaku too, it's like,
I can't find it.
Yes,
right
Hakuri. I'm worried about Hakuri because I don't know how being frozen solid's going to interact with his everything. Like, right now he's taking flesh wounds, which is fine. Or, I mean, even losing an arm, technically, I'm saying like a fleshy wound. But what's going to happen if you're just frozen?
Right. Let's see. I'm trying to find it so I can actually just read it, which I find still stupid.
Also, the Hakuri giving Yuta some praise. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're here for it. Hakuri knows who's the GOAT.
He's a gloomy sort, but he speaks up when he has to and comes through when it counts, so it really moved me. I can't find it right now. Where the fuck is it? Because it was this chapter, right?
What?
Oh, right here. Actually, on the Executioner Sword page, where he says, I believe Sukuna lost 10 Shadows technique in the fight against Gojo. So there's a high possibility that compensation will fall on Malevolent Shrine. Which I would hope not. Because again, I feel like the amount of damage that they took on brain, like the brain damage shit about the domains.
He's all healed.
Again, no,
He's all healed.
Taking 10 shadows from Sukuna is nothing. Who gives a fuck about that? It's cleave and dismantle, which poses a far greater threat to people in my book. But
that's again.
I was thinking about this earlier too. Gojo proved to him that he's stronger than the previous owner of Six Paths because he beat the 10 Shadows, and Sukuna was there throwing cleaves, Malevolent Shrine domains, and everything that the other 10 Shadow didn't have.
He did it with Maharaga there, and no 10 Shadow user has tamed Maharaga before.
Yeah.
So the first person that lost to without Maharaga there.
Or lost. Well, they killed each other, right?
Yeah, so maybe they did
Maharaga
the Megami. They pulled the Megami.
Yeah, so Maharaga probably killed them when they were steelmating each other. But I mean,
it's weird how much I appreciate.
I think a lot of people are hyping on the train, the whole the Gojo cut in half train. Like, oh, it's Gojo over, Go Space Joe, Go / Joe for cut in half and stuff. I think people just love that meme. But I don't know if people, because like, I know it's flip-floppy of me myself, because I even said it best in earlier episodes before Gojo and Sukuna even fought, when Gojo was still in Prison Realm. On the podcast, this episode, you can hear me say that I think Gojo would lose to Sukuna.
Yeah.
Narratively, it makes sense. But now that the fight happened, I saw the fight, and after the fight, I think Gojo's stronger than Sukuna still to this day. Because Sukuna lost that fight. in my mind. I think it was just that Gojo thought he won the fight, and he got arrogant and stood there. And I mean,
Yeah. Well, if he was still moving.
yeah, and then he cleaved him because I don't think Gojo would have been stupid enough to just take that cleave head on. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in his own state, he would have tried simple domain in it or something. I don't think anything to mitigate getting cut in half, dodge it. He's fast enough to dodge.
Instead of I win, suddenly I'm in half with no movements at all.
I win. Next chapter.
I lose.
You're in heaven. What do you mean he's in heaven? And then you cut to, you're cut in half. Didn't even show the cut happen.
It's like every other moment I've seen Sukuna use cleave, he's not just standing still or like recoiling from damage as he uses it. He does movements when he uses it. Not always like specifically, but it'll look in a direction.
The only time I didn't see him make movements actually was when he was first came into Shibuya. He just says bow, and then Jogo kneels, and the other two girls grovel.
We don't see him.
True, it kind of
they're
just shows
looking
him
down
there.
And showing Jogo and the girls.
Yeah, and his head, top of his head comes off. Yeah.
But
either way,
I think it was this chapter that he goes like this for it, like
because I don't think someone you can win against a stronger opponent. Like I see it in boxing and MMA in today's thing. A clearly better fight, toying with his opponent, right? And then he just got his hands down at his waist and be like, "Oh, come on, dance with him." And then the other guy gets a clean shot and knocks him out, and the fight's over. You were just winning that whole fight.
Well,
you would have won if you were
His
arrogant.
whole career was built on beating stronger people.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't think that just because Gojo got cut in half at the end because of his own hubris and arrogance, or even just, not even that, more of just his ignorance or thinking, or
like he can't
dropped his guard. Yeah, he's done. He's got everything.
I've seen everything in that bag, which you didn't either, though.
Yeah, because he didn't use the Fuga stuff, and I'm sure there's other things that he has.
That's the part that kills me, too. It's like, you could have taken Cleave and Dismantle, and he'd still have techniques. Like, please. You could have just done it, Gege. Why did you have to do this?
Or just take his cursed technique. Because Sukuna said it before to Jogo, so I thought he was Cleave and Dismantle. I thought sorcerers would know what my technique is.
But even if it did take the full thing and only took Cleave and Dismantle, that leaves room for him to use, like, the fire, and the fire's not nearly as OP, so it'd still be, like, a cool fight. Like, you didn't have to leave him with Cleave and Dismantle, Gege.
Yeah.
You could have taken it, it would have been just fine. But now nobody can fight him.
I still think it was just an asshole. I think the Gege just doesn't like Gojo so much. They just gave the fans what they wanted, a good fight, and then used this curse tool to fully power up Gojo.
The fight I really wanted to do.
Full power up Sukuna back up. Exactly.
Is Megami just dead? Because, like, now they're saying he doesn't have 10 shadows. His body's like it was before.
His body just basically went through idle transfiguration.
Yeah. Or is Megami just like the Sukuna inside Sukuna now? Like, is he...
Yeah, right.
Are we going to see a Megami mouth pop up someday?
And I'm just sitting here being like, what's the Yuji going to do against this guy?
What's any of them going to do against this guy? This is the worst roster to jump in on this Sukuna, I think. What the fuck is Choso and Ito going to do?
Oh, yeah, Choso's there, too. I remember seeing him in this
Choso, Kusakabe, and Ito. It said Meimei in deeper. I think Meimei's stronger than Ito.
Well, Meimei's there off to the side somewhere.
Yeah, off to the side.
Well, because she even...
2 kilometers back with a fucking binocular.
Telescope.
Where's Gakuganji and Utahime? MIA still.
Yeah.
They've been gone since the first Hollow Purple.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, too, Meimei even says, too, that it's like...
Where's Maki?
Gojo and what's his name? Yeah, where is Maki?
Where is Maki? I was like, they have to have a capable fighter that was in the peanut gallery.
Where is anyone from Mechamaru's group other than
Todo?
Yeah,
they're all gone. Kamo, their strongest person, went to go get his mom and leave. I don't know why the witch girl's still there. I think her name's Momo.
Because they were on their way to Shibuya in the last episode, being like, You don't tell us
cool.
who not to fight or whatever, being like, "Ooh, we can fight." It's like, no, you can't. Mechamaru was right on getting rid of you people.
I have a radical prediction right now. Momo exists for Ui Ui to teleport her to Yuta to give him a broom ride over back to the fight. I think,
It would make sense because she
right?
can fly. So
That's her role. Like,
but here's my thing though too. Rika can fly, so can't she just pick up Yuta and fly herself back?
which would be super fast, not fully manifested. I have no clue.
I don't know either.
I still feel like Momo would be faster. That's a big old girl.
What,
Rika
can Rika
being
not
big.
fully manifest anymore or something?
No, because he has to put on the ring and he only gets her for like 5 minutes.
Oh, you're right.
But I mean, he could do like partial summons, it seems, too, though. 'Cause
Also,
he did it against
what
Yuji.
the fuck is going on there? I kind of want to see, is Kenjaku actually dead?
Yeah, I'm
is
still
Yuta gonna
worried.
have to fight?
I'm still worried.
First off, you don't... manga rules. If I ever do wake up in some manga world somewhere and I have to fight some bad guy, right? Especially a main bad guy. I know I'm at the end of my series. Using my own brain powers of some dude that hops brains. It's common knowledge to people. I cut off his head. Do more. Set that shit on fire.
I was going to say I would have brought a
Stomp on
Molotov
it.
cocktail with me. Be like, oh, he's down?
Burn that shit. Squish it. Put it in a trash compactor.
Yeah. Give it all the stabs in the world.
You know what's the only thing better than a chainsaw, actually, because they're like, oh, chainsaws rip and tear stuff? A fucking wood shredder.
Yeah. Yep.
Nobody survives going through a wood shredder.
Nope.
It's just not going to happen. Wood chipper.
Yes.
Thank you.
But yes.
Yes, wood chipper.
Still true.
Fucking enchant that bitch so the blades can cut through like anything or whatever. Just
Construction. Wood chipper. Do it with Dio. Do the Dio style with the Rona.
domain expansion. Infinite wood chipper. Amazing. Yeah, perfect. The perfect domain expansion.
What's Hakuri's base curse technique? Just to summon subway doors? So I was thinking about this the other day.
I have no idea.
Because he can summon the subway doors outside of his domain. That sucks. That sucks ass. 'Cause he did to Yuji, where like closing subway doors appeared. And like, oh no!
Well,
That might weakly hurt my rib cage.
does that act like a doorway though? Can he open it and like go in and be like open another one over
I
there
think
so
he
he
just
can
did like
teleport?
an attack. Like it was coming
Yeah.
like around him and like coming in.
I was gonna say it would be cool if you could like open a door, walk through it, and like then now a door
I
opens
would
way
love
down
that.
the hallway and he comes out. That's the devil fruit power in One Piece.
Nice.
In Enies Lobby.
That's someone's power in Black Cat. There was a girl on
Yes.
Creed's team that opened portals. I only remember because she had a really cool thing where I think the gang was traveling by boat. It was either by boat or by car. And a rift opens up, her arm comes out, and she drops a grenade.
One of the Spider-Man's biggest supervillains is that Spot.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen the new Spider-Verse.
It's good. It's good. The next one is 6 years from now or something like that.
That's fair. Give
They
them
said
time.
2027. I
Give
think
them
it was.
time.
I was like, first off, why even say that?
Yeah, why even announce it? Just wait.
Because they said it right
the
after.
fans were like dying for that announcement, too. They're just like, more Spider-Verse.
Yeah, but it's like it
And
was.
now they're like, too long!
It
These
just.
lazy animators. I literally seen that.
Have you seen what that just took place? That was like amazing. And then all of the different animation styles because of each multiverse of different Spider-Man, putting it all together in a single frame. That's so much work.
Yeah.
So much work.
So lazy.
I just don't like that it came out and then 3 days later, they're like, oh, by the way, the next one's going to be in 5 years. So why couldn't you wait like 2 years to tell us it would be in like
Even then,
3
I'd be
years?
like, oh, 3 years. Why didn't you tell me later?
Yeah, right. But whatever.
So much worse in the video game industry, though.
Video games are getting pretty rough, too. It's like, yeah, stop.
Yeah, I still think back to them revealing the Elder Scrolls 6 logo.
Like 2018 or 19
Yeah,
or
just
something.
the logo.
It's like, go fuck yourself.
Everyone
Bethesda.
coming in their pants.
It's been 6 years since it was announced, but we knew it was a thing. Like we just
Yeah, because
we also
Bathesda,
knew you weren't
they
walking.
made 2 things.
Yeah, well,
They made
one
past
thing
tense.
because they didn't make Fallout because they bought
Oh,
Fallout.
Yep.
They bought New Vegas wasn't Bethesda, right?
New Vegas was Bethesda, and it wasn't the first.
Yeah.
But they also didn't make the first 2.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know New Vegas
yeah.
wasn't. I'm saying the
So,
one.
yeah, you're right. So not only did they not start it, but they didn't make the best one.
So the 2 worst ones then, because what's after New Vegas,
4.
which is the newest one.
Yeah.
But before that was that other one,
It's
Fallout.
76 is actually technically
76.
the newest, but that's the all multiplayer, which I kind of didn't.
I thought 76 came out before 4.
No.
Oh, well, either way, both are trash.
Yeah, it's a literal fucking, it's like 1, 2, which I haven't played, but they're completely different games. 3, because they turned into 3D for the first time, so people liked that. And then it's like New Vegas from Obsidian. 4, 76.
So they have Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, and that's it. What else do they make? Starfield.
Yeah. They were literally just let's make a Fallout and Elder Scrolls game alternating until Starfield. So now it's probably going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Like, granted, Fallout 5 is probably in like really early pre-production right now. I would bet.
I would hope not.
I would hope not too. They need to wait like a decade before trying again.
They need to get Skyrim.
They need to get
6
Obsidian
first.
to do it again for them, because that was still the best Fallout game.
Are they still out as a company, Obsidian?
I actually don't know if Obsidian's still.
Did they just take the paycheck from Fallout series and just dip?
Actually, they like got fucked on their paycheck from Fallout because their contract for getting like a bonus was based on the review scores for New Vegas, and they missed the mark by like decimals of like the goal. Like if their goal was 4.5, they got like 4.2, no bonus.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
But they made the game though, so why would
they get the regular sales? But like it's something to do with the licensing agreement. I can't tell if they're still open. I think they are though. Some of these games are newer. Yes. Outer Worlds. I forgot about Outer Worlds. Yes.
You said game?
Yes. It's pretty much them making New Vegas in space.
There we go.
The themes and atmosphere were perfect. It was like a perfect capitalist dystopia.
That's right. I forgot to mention this last week. Sorry to just cut you off. There was a space game that was announced at the Game Award show last year. I don't remember what it's called, but all of the comment sections of everyone that I watched video cover it or in live streams with people reacting to it, they're like, oh, is this the game that Starfield should have been? What Starfield should have been? Because, like, I think it did have gameplay, too, to it. So, like, you could add in other than just, like, like bullshit cinematic trailers.
Like, more than half of them were.
So, I was like, Starfield gets such shit. I still have it downloaded. I'll play it eventually probably in a year from now when they update a bunch of shit to it and then mods are released to do even crazier stuff. So maybe the game will be playable then. Maybe
not. Fun. I think that's the real problem.
Yeah. I just want a good space exploration game that has good gameplay.
I don't know enough about Star Citizen, but I was going to say Star Citizen.
Well, that's what people kind of big on, but it's like it's still kind of like one dude's doing it, and he's like, "This is my game for life. I'm working on this until it's what I want."
From what I'm hearing, the technology behind it is incredible.
Same, but at the same time, it's in like early access stuff, and it's like behind some paywalls and stuff.
Yeah. And they love to sell them ships.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't really know enough about it too. I need to do some research.
I haven't actually seen much gameplay footage myself.
I have a friend from 14 that is all about it. It's just loves the game. So I was like, hey.
Apparently we're working. I think are working on that kind of Fallout Bathesda thing where if you like put down like a mug over here, it'll stay there no matter where you are in the world, but on a galactic level. So if I left a mug on that desk in Europa on Earth and I go to Pluto, throw around a tennis ball, go back, that mug's still there, go back, that tennis ball's where I left it. It's fucking nutty.
That is nutty. That's crazy. That's
I forgot who said it, but they're saying like by the time Star Citizen's done, they're gonna make more money renting their like technological advances or technology they've made to other companies than they will off the game.
There you go. I mean, hey,
Fuck
make the money when you can get it, right?
But I still can't really vouch for it because I haven't actually seen gameplay.
Right.
And No Man's Sky is such a mixed bag. To try to recommend No Man's Sky.
From what I understand, what it is today is just
it's so much
leagues better than what it was when it came out.
It's a lot to take in now. It is. Because there's just so much you can do and get.
Yeah.
But also not much narrative push to do or get those things. Because it's just like a giant sandbox, really. I mean, visually it already looks better than I imagined.
Let's see. Oh, this one's...
Where's that mute?
Yeah, where's that mute button? Hey, look, Eminence and Shadow.
Well, these are definitely targeted. I don't get high dive ads ever. I've never seen a high dive ad. Now I will, because I've said high dive near my phone.
I have a high.
That's why you're getting it. Every time I get something, I start getting advertised for the thing I just got. The worst time to advertise to me.
So this is cool. There's no takeoff animations in
there
Starfield,
is.
I think.
It's a loaded animation.
Yeah.
God, I'm gonna send you that Nakey Jakey video of him plucking apart all the problems.
Right.
Because when they get into load screens, that's the real biggest cock ass that I've seen.
Starfield?
Yeah. Because, like, if you want to fly with your ship, you get into your ship, load screen. Go to take off, load screen. Then you're flying around empty space. It's like, oh shit, okay, maybe I'll dock. Look, a pre-baked animation of you docking,
which is
load screen.
Well,
load screen to get into the animation, then load screen.
Which sucks too, because that's how games hide load screens, is like animations like that. If they had a docking animation,
yes,
that's actually the game loading your next thing.
But instead, they load an animation of you docking and then load the area. Because he was explaining why I just fast travel. Because he's like, why instead? How about I take one load screen to be there instead of fly my ship?
Yeah, which sucks because flying a ship is what you want to do.
And he also said it sucks because the best feature is building your ship. But he doesn't get in the fucking thing.
Damn.
Yeah.
That sucks. I bought that... For anyone that didn't know, because when I was editing last week's episode, we were talking about a game on Steam, and I was like, oh, that game came out, and you're like, oh yeah, apparently it came out. It's like, oh, I didn't know this was coming to PlayStation. You're like, oh, it's available now. And it's like, see, right there, or whatever. It was the Return to Moria, Lord of the Rings game. We were talking about it, but we were, like, me and you were seeing the name of the game on the screen, but we didn't mention it out loud. So even I was sitting there, I had to, like, rewind. I was trying to get context for what the fuck we were talking about. So I was, because I remember myself saying, like, oh, I'm going to have to check this game out later. And I'm like, what game was that? So I got some context in it, but I downloaded it last night, the Lord of the Rings Return to Moria.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking dope.
Nice.
It's like higher quality Minecraft, but in Lord of the Rings. So it's just like perfect for me. I don't think you would probably like it too much. I mean,
I'm wondering how much like Deep Rock Galactic it is, just so you know what I'm about to be looking up.
What? Deep Rock Galactic or the Lord
Both.
of the Rings? How similar they are to each other?
Yeah.
So like, it's a survival game. So you put in there, you have to eat. You know, you have a hunger bar, a health bar. There are enemies you can fight, so you got to build some swords and shit. You got to build axes. You have a home. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a pickaxe. You dig for ore and stone and stuff. You can build stuff with the items. There's an outpost that, I made a forge and a hearth to cook food. I had to make a bed to sleep in. I had to make everything. If you die, you have to go back to your body and recollect everything that was on you, which sucks.
That does suck. But
And
it's very Minecraft.
I haven't died twice, though, so I don't know if I die on my way to get my stuff, if I lose all of my stuff. Because one of those things is an iron sword that I really don't want to lose.
Oh, wow. They haven't done many games.
The people that made the Lord of the Rings game?
Yeah. It's impressive.
I
was wondering if it was the same developers, because the Deep Rock Galactic people just love them. They're dwarves.
Oh. It's surprisingly very in-depth. Well, not in-depth, but more in-depth of a character creation than I was expecting. But I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. Supports up to 4 people.
Nice.
Cooperative play online if you want to, and it's like you save the world type thing. So it's a world, like a Minecraft server type deal. So it's like, in the sense that...
Like it loads in a world.
Yeah, so if me and you played and started, right? But then I played tomorrow and you didn't. When we team up again on Wednesday, all of my progression still happened and you come right back in.
Yeah, like we're opening like a full server, and then if you wanted to like not affect the world, you could open your own server. And
yeah, because it asks you when it's open, do you want a private or public server?
Procedurally generated or regular world? Because I imagine regular world. If it's
regular, it's got a story mode that you're following with quests, so I assume it's very linear in that sense, to where, because it's in the mines of Moria 2 and there's already been locations from the movie, so there's not so much they can do.
Have to be a set world for something like that.
So I think it is a set world,
which is fine.
Yeah, but listen,
to be fair, it can procedurally generate like items and shit like that, like which probably will.
I'm a huge sucker for Lord of the Rings anyway, so. And it's already mentioned, because it takes place after the movies. It's in the 4th age, so Gimli's in it, and he's an older man at the beginning. So I'm by myself right now. But like when I was just walking around, my dwarf just randomly said, hopefully Durin's Bane isn't still here, which is the Balrog that Gandalf fights. And then he's like, I heard the wizard killed it. Maybe I'll find its bones someday. And I'm like, I fucking hope so.
I better.
Please don't throw that line in there to not make me go find it. But I know where he dies too, and it's like, it's on top of the mountain, so it's not in the, like, Moria's below the mountain, and Balrog dies on top of it at a watchtower. But like the tunnels connect up there because they fought through the tunnels.
Could get there.
Yes. So potentially. I just want the Easter egg to be there. I don't need to go up to it. I just want to go to a ledge, look down, and see it. That's what I want with life. Listen, if I can go up to it and like walk on top of it, collect its skull and put it on a wall somewhere, fuck yeah. I'm down for that. So I'm digging it. It's fucking
good.
It's good. I mean, it's not the greatest thing ever, but it's nice and relaxing. Because it's funny too. My wife, I found it on PSN and I was watching the trailer for it. My wife was looking at it and she's like, "Oh, what are you looking at?" I was like, "Oh, some survival dwarf game in Lord of the Rings that I found." She's like, "Oh, you should get it. It seems like a nice common game that you can play instead of the other games that you've been playing where you've been getting mad." Predecessor. Smite.
Brutal.
Well, not Overprime, but...
Not Overprime.
I've only played that one time we played together.
Me too. I'm played it up again. I plan to at least give it like another couple matches or so, but it's so hard to when Predecessor's right there.
I mean, I want to play it again just to play the 3 main new characters again, at least, because I liked how they played. But
I just wanted to just touch on it again, just like feel it out again.
Predecessor is definitely the better one.
Oh yeah.
By far, too.
In so many ways.
Yes. Real quick, too, because we've been missing it or glossing over it, but the anime for JJK has been killing it.
Yes. The Toto Mahito fight.
Dude, Toto riding on top of that rock. through the galaxy was the most Toto thing I've ever seen in my life.
No, the most total thing I've ever seen in my life is him beating the shit out of Mahito with his idol girlfriend.
In his imagination, too. Because it didn't happen. He didn't actually punch Mahito once.
I had to point that out, too, because I'd already seen the clips. I was like, Toto's imagination, just to make sure, like... Because, again, I think it's a very confusing moment to throw in such a long sequence.
Because you might think to yourself that he's actually...
Domain expansion.
Oh, yeah, right. That would totally be his domain. You know,
another body to swap with.
I think, it was you that told me, too, that Gege basically confirmed he asked his idol out one more time.
Yes. Though I couldn't find any corroboration on it. I could only find 2 of the light novels, and I know there's more than 2.
So now all he needs to do is learn simple domain, though, and heal his fucking arm back. He can get Boogie Woogie back. Gojo did it. He healed his fucking arm after he got cut off.
Yes, but Mahito damages the soul. You can't.
You're right.
He's fucked. Though it reminded me how much I love that goddamn moment. The fucking
when
clapping is
an amalgamation of the soul or something. Yeah.
Oh.
Which makes sense.
And they animated it perfectly too. The way Mahito whipped around desperately and slashed, it was so good.
But it makes total sense too, because after his hand gets cut off, he slaps Mahito's hand and claps then.
Yeah.
So he claps with Mahito.
Well, that's still with 2 hands.
I guess. Yeah. This is what the boils you saw.
I know, they made that
actually
gross.
Damn. That's disgusting. He lost out in both hands. Poor man.
Oh my god, we're gonna get to see the Uzumaki next episode. The one I've referenced so many times on this podcast.
Mommy Kenjaku's gonna be drops next episode.
Miwa.
Yeah, Miwa. Being useless.
I got a whole new context for that scene just before it happened. Boo.
What?
The binding vow.
Yeah.
You couldn't wait a few more weeks to tell me that, Gege. Could I not at least be like, oh, she was kind of cool for a moment? No, now I get to know that she pulled a whole gun for that.
Because the Kenjaku reveal is about to happen, that he's not Geto, he's Kenjaku. We know, like, the anime only
we know he's not Geto.
Not Geto because of the thing, but we don't know. The name Kenjaku hasn't been dropped.
And I've been very, very careful not to say it around my partner. Not because he'll recognize the name, but because it's just a different name. He doesn't know yet.
And
I say Geto every time.
Is it... When do we find out that he's Yuji's mother?
I actually have no clue. I would assume in that moment, because I believe Choso does say something to Kenjaku in that moment, and that's when...
Because Choso comes back next episode. Choso will be in the next episode. He comes to that. He's there for Uzumaki.
There for that. He absolutely is. I think him and Kenjaku literally exchange words, and like Kenjaku's just like, oh yeah, my failure. Hi.
Yeah, Yuji, my success. The one I took multiple back shots for.
Yes. So he should be there, Miwa. Oh, and my baby, Yuki. Yuki will be there.
Excuse me.
Is this the last episode coming up?
Probably.
Yeah. I think it's got to be, right? Unless they have a really long, like, summary episode after. Like, after the fact, a state of affairs.
So, maybe, because the anime season is weird, like, this time around, because certain things are going, like, a week past or a week early. Because, like, Frieren started, like, 2 weeks early, which is fucking amazing, by the way. That show, I know I haven't really talked about it much here, but that show,
you have.
That's what I watch first every week. I watch that shit before JJK. I'm like, I need to watch Frieren. I want to see what happens next in Frieren.
The only reason I watch JJK before we finish Bachi is because I have this podcast.
From what I've seen too in the anime group that I'm in that does weekly polls on episodes, Frieren is also taking the top spot the most.
Oh yeah, it's also like the most anime profile pictures I see on Twitter from men is men putting their profile picture as her.
Because she's awesome.
I know 2 different like dudes that do it.
But also the worst thing for all anime men. Because basically what you can surmise from the story that it hasn't told you up front, but you can definitely see, is that Frieren fell in love with this person, but still doesn't know that she was in love with this person.
Oh.
Because she's over 1,000 years old, that went on a 10-year journey with the heroes party, defeated the demon lord. But she has no concept of human time, really, because she spent like 500 years alone. Yeah. So to her, 10 years is a month or less. You know what I mean? It's a couple of weeks. They went for a walk together, basically. And in her eyes, especially because at that point she wasn't really trying to focus on... That's a big point of it, is for her, she's never really in the now. She's always just like, now just kind of passes by as whatever, because I'm so old and my life's been... And she's still young for her race of elves, you know what I mean? So she's going to live for a very, very long time. And the end of the first episode, she's at the funeral of the hero, because she's like, they see a meteor shower right after they return from defeating the demon lord, and it happens like once every 50 years or whatever, and she's like, they saw it from the city, and she's like, oh, I know a better spot that we can see this. We'll go see it next time in 50 years. And like, they're like, oh yeah, okay. And they do, but they're all old men.
Yeah.
But her, she looks exactly the same. And then he dies like a year later. And now she's going and retracing this whole steps of their original journey, because now she's sad that I knew human life was short. Why didn't I pay attention more? Why didn't I this, that, and the other?
Why didn't I care?
And now as you go through her journey, it's that's when it fills in the blanks. Be like, oh, you know, at this point, her and Himmel did this, or Himmel did this, and she did this with the hero party, and this happened. And you're really seeing it, and it's like, oh, you don't know it yet, girly, but we know it.
Like that man.
Yeah, we know he like you. It's very obvious, but she's oblivious to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's basically the whole thing. So all these people that are like, oh, I love Frieren, it's like, yeah, but even if she loved you, she wouldn't notice until you're long dead.
Your waifu won't notice you.
The beginning of every episode tells, in the top of the screen, it starts with how long it's been since the death of the hero Himmel. 29 years and X months.
Which means heaven, by the way.
Yes. And that's where they're going.
It keeps striking me, because it's one of very few German words I know.
Same. And that's their goal, too. They're looking for a place where heaven, where you can potentially converse with the dead in the physical world. One person in the story claims it's real, but it was written in a diary of someone that they knew that wrote the diary like 800 years ago. And then it's just that one person's account, so it's like, Frieren's like, okay, well, I'm going. What's another 10 years to me if I get to talk to him again? And from what I understand, the manga is still ongoing, so I may be switching over to that when the anime ends, but it's going for 2 consecutive cours.
Nice.
But I don't know how many episodes, JK.
It's gotta be 1 or 2. I'm just wondering. JJK No Ippo?
Season 23. The final episodes will be released December 28th. That's 10 days from now, so yeah.
2 episodes?
2 episodes, yeah. Yep. 2 more.
So we will get a State of Affairs episode, which means we're definitely getting
Utah.
That's happening. That is happening.
It's ending with "I will kill Yuji Itadori."
Yes,
That's where it's gonna end.
It's 100%. Beautiful.
Unfortunate. I was thinking too.
As long as I get to see him, just show me him by the end.
I was thinking too. I was like, "Yo, season 3.
It's gonna be a fucking banger, man.
Is gonna cover so much because they go right into the Cohen games, basically.
Yes, we got. This. Well, yeah, but we got a couple steps though.
Well, like, yeah, the thing with Yuta and Yuji,
stuff, which is fire though.
It's short.
The part that isn't as fire is them recruiting Hakuri.
That's kind of short too. I mean, they could do that in an episode and a half, 2 episodes maybe.
2 episodes probably, because it's gonna be getting there with Panda and the Fight Club, getting to the top floor, talking to Kirara, and then eventually even getting Hakuri out to fight.
Yeah.
So I'd say 2, max 3. But once the culling game starts, bam, 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 bam.
I think season 3, if they do another 25 episodes, though, where would they end it?
I'd still stick it to what I answered last time we asked this. I think it'll end with Yuki versus Kajaku. I think that is the major shift in the culling games. When he absorbs Tengen. Because that's also after all the round ones. That's after Reggie and Megami, Yuji Higuruma, Sendai Colony, Hakuri, Maki, Yuki versus Kenjaku.
So it's the funniest thing. You're like, oh, this person versus this person versus this person.
It's also
Sunday Colony, Yuta versus the Colony.
Yes. It's also where I feel like the plot starts getting lost after that point, because that's when the soldiers come in and Angels. Soldiers, the worst written plot point I've seen.
Literally 2 chapters and it was over. It's like
nothing.
This chapter we mention them, this chapter they're there. Angel saves them somehow.
In the next chapter, they literally fodderized them. I think Yuji kicks their flash grenade back, and then they never interact with soldiers again.
Yeah.
One becomes a vengeful spirit. I don't even remember who exercised it. I'm
sorry. I just got a total...
and then the creation of Date.
I just got a fucking... So I have to build up to this real quick. Because do you remember how Angel wanted to talk to Megami in the alleyway or whatever? And we never really got anything with that?
Yes, who were you talking about? In the next chapter, they're all just chilling, strategizing with Maki.
Because Angel knew Megami from before, right?
Yes, the human that Angel's inside. Yeah.
So I just found it funny because somehow my brain just like... the electrical currents just connected like 20 dots together to form a picture to me in like a split second. I don't even know what triggered it, but I just found it funny that the Megumin character and the Angel character in JJK have some kind of relationship where it's like reminiscent almost to the Angel and Aki in Chainsaw Man.
Yes. Oh. See, that was one of the other things that just blew up with the Resident movie. Everyone's like, that scene where he's holding Angel to save him. It's going to be in there. We're so excited. Apparently, Aki's voice actor actually said he's looking forward to voicing the Aki and Angel scene. So the community ran with them. They loved that shit. They're ready.
And everyone liked that.
Yeah, they're like, gay boys, Konosuba dancing. Before we wrap this shit up, we can't not live up to our name.
No.
Kagura our Bachi.
So, we also need to talk about Kaiju number 8. Cause
yes, actually, thank you. Fucking thank you. Holy shit. I can let 2 Kaguras stack up to start talking about some fucking kaiju.
This chapter fucking slapped.
Banged. That was like an edge of my seat chapter. I was fucking reading that shit.
Dude,
I put it off because I knew it'd be good too. I read everything else first and I'm like, oh, it's kaiju time.
So I saw a thing because, I mean, you wouldn't, it's a One Piece thing, a recent thing where fucking at the very end, Kaiju number 9 has Mina by the throat, and they had it's very much Blackbeard, Boa Hancock, and Bleach vibes. It's like the same, basically.
I think I've actually seen that shot, maybe because this chapter came out.
Well, also because that episode also just happened last week, so it's like...
Is that what... did Rayleigh walk in?
Rayleigh
was? Yeah, I did just see that scene on Twitter. Yeah, this was a friggin' banger.
See if I can find it quick. Yeah, see.
Yep.
Just basically the same. There is no difference between these two pictures type deal. But no, fucking Kaiju number 9 finally being the menace we needed him to be.
You know what's really sad? When I saw this orb coming in behind him, I thought it was Reno.
Oh, no.
I thought it might have been ice stuff.
Well, it's actually coming from in front of him, though.
Oh, yeah, it is coming from her. I still thought it was Reno.
That's sadness. No, she's like... I was thinking, too, though, because I was like... I didn't realize that she was their trump card. I thought that the other guy would be their trump card, but she's also very...
She's been there.
I wouldn't say she's stronger, but I think she's more valuable in the sense that she's a long-ranged, large kaiju destroyer.
Yeah, the thing he said just now, too, that humans are really weak to.
Yes, and he's like, well, because, I mean, honestly, that makes a lot of sense, too. I mean, no worry about loss of life. She just fucking takes a shot from a mile away and just ends this thing.
You know what else I found very interesting?
What's that?
It was, to find the exact quote, but him confirming that there's more underground.
Well, I thought he was just talking about how the shelters were underground.
No, I mean he mentions kaijus.
Oh, where does it say that?
Oh man. You are the next strongest above ground right now. Above ground. Mm-hmm. That is a very interesting choice of words.
Well, also, like they said, they know where the kaijus come from. They just can't reach it. It's a portal in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's so fucking Godzilla.
I mean, come on, it's kaijus, man. Obviously.
When I saw the above ground, I'm like, are they going with like the new Hollow Earth Beast World Kong versus Godzilla continuity?
Oh, did you saw the new movie, right?
No, I didn't yet. No, we didn't go out. No.
I wanted to know how it was.
But I like how the Kong vs. Godzilla with Hollow Earth, so I almost thought like Kaiju is going to go with Hollow Earth. That would be a cool fucking arc, though. Kafka goes into Hollow Earth.
That would be sick.
Fucking Kaiju world, that'd be badass. But it's weird, like, I also found that weird, him mentioning others, like, underground, when he also, in the same chapters, mentions that he's making them. So is there both a natural way that they come about and ones that, like, are created? It's interesting. I can't wait for the lore arc of Kaiju No. 8.
It's still setting up with that samurai too, so the vision that he had of that, fucking badass.
Maybe he's fighting them in Hollow Earth right now. God, that final page is so good, though.
Oh yeah, with all the fucking
mouths.
Venus flytrap mouths. Such a good panel. He's just Kaiju No. 9 is fine. Like for a while he was just like he was getting old, but now he's just like this whole last like
he
2-3
plays
chapters.
a really good Machiavellian villain. Like when he's planning, he's a lot cooler than when he was fighting. Like I get I was edge of my seat this whole chapter. Every time he's like, oh, now they're shooting down into the shelters. I'm like, oh shit, they're shooting down into the shelter. Like I was in it.
The women and children.
The women and children. I just saw those kids praising Mina. Don't let them die.
Yes.
They're literally like, oh, Captain Mina will save us. Like I was in it. I was immersed. Fucking damn good. So sad they're playing it on the Jumbotron. I could already...
who the fuck is recording this? Well, no, it's him. They said it's him, yeah.
But you know what? It makes me so sad because there's a meme that's been around in the anime community of... he died and his mom saw that on television. I won't even, say where it came from.
Where? Tell me.
No.
Is it a spoiler?
It is a spoiler. But I've seen it used so many times now because for JJK they used it because everyone was watching on the TVs. He died in front of all of his students watching.
He did that.
Yeah, he did.
I assume it's My Hero then, because I mean, what else is there to spoil?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
So I got to see their son die on live television, or daughter.
It's the son, obviously.
Or daughter.
There's the pause there.
Or non-binary hero.
I have guesses, but I'm just going to leave it at
Yeah,
that.
you better, because I'm clearly not very good at holding that in.
Yeah.
But I do love that meme, though, but I can feel it already for Mina.
Let's not, though.
Let's not. Don't kill Mina.
No.
Don't kill Mina.
It's like...
Kill Reno.
Don't kill Reno either. Just give Reno more screen time. Give Reno more love.
Give Reno half fire powers.
Mina's like Kafka's like whole plan in this whole thing, and he's talked to her with like
Though that would give him a great character drive to have like a Yuji arc where he's broody.
Yeah, but through the whole fucking series, he's had like 2 pages of interaction with her.
I know, that'd be so sad. But I can feel it. I can feel that death flag after Mito's especially saying like, "I needed you there and you weren't there," like to herself, thinking about him.
Yeah.
Oh, I really hope not, though.
Be there for her this time, bro. Step up, soldiers. Get there.
I think I'm almost at the point where I think Reno's going to clutch this right now, though. There's been a suspicious lack of Reno.
Yeah. Very much.
Like, he was a good soldier. I know he's like Renji. Like, he's there to make other people look good. But, like, I think he'd get screen time unless he's going to, like...
It's a badass shirt, by the way. I just noticed.
Thank you. It's my partner's.
Nice. Majora's Mask.
Yes, imagine Reno rolls up right time to see Mina die, just so he's the audience insert to reacting to Mina dying. I hope I didn't just manifest that, because I could see that totally happening.
It would hold more weight if Kafka showed up right as she died, but
still, we're manifesting living.
Please don't.
Please don't.
Like, well, first off, would he be able to kill her? Doesn't he want to integrate her? Does he?
Yeah, he's gonna eat her.
Oh.
Yeah, just like the captain dude. Oh. He does not looking very alive anymore.
True.
Because that's the scary part too. Not only does he want to assimilate her into himself, he's gonna use that to make stronger kaiju. So kaiju powered by whatever is making Mina special.
Yeah.
They're already doing enough damage already. The laser beams shooting into the ground and the amount of them you had. Like, you're telling me this wasn't... You can't be effective with this? I don't think you need much more power, 9, is like my point. Like, I think if you killed Mina right now, humanity's fucked.
Yeah, but I also think, again, he wants to eat her for the purposes of destroying humanity.
But that's the
because he even said it now. He's like, today is Tokyo, tomorrow is Japan, the day after is the world.
I even feel like Mina dies like today it's Japan. It's like,
especially with the great influx of new. Well, I mean,
send one more giant kaiju in after Mina's dies. 8's all they got, and you're not telling me that he's not going to go straight for 8 after he's done with Mina.
Because at this point, with the the high influx of kaiju spawns that have been happening since the beginning of the series.
That's what I mean. Like,
we still need
invasion with all the ones with the laser beams. That's a shitload of fucking kaijus, man. Yeah. I'm not convinced they could take those guys out. Maybe if they were at full power right now, like if all of the captains didn't just have a fight with a numbered kaiju, they would be able to take all those out pretty easy. But like,
well, you gotta think too. This is the first real mission that they've had multiple teams involved in. Most of the time, it's one team versus the kaiju because they're spread out through the country.
Yeah, it's usually just like a kaiju.
Though, I mean, I know it's a Japanese show, but it's like, what's the rest of the world doing? Is the rest of the world plagued by kaiju as well?
I'm so happy they at least mentioned the rest of the world, though, because you know how it irks me, like Wild Strawberry, how it irks me to be so localized and at least not even have the implication of what other countries see. Thank God.
At the same time, though, the kaiju problem has always been strictly a Japan problem. Other than the new Godzilla movies, because they were made in Hollywood. Yeah. So it was the U.S. that Godzilla was going through.
That's why I'm like, at least they have global ambitions. They didn't end at tomorrow, Japan.
Well, he kind of did. I added the then the world.
Oh, yeah. Part. Shit. Because you're telling me that all those kaijus take over and every other country in the world isn't just going to nuke the shit out of them? Not that I think that... I'm not sure if that'd be effective, but they're going to try to carpet bomb them. When Japan's absolutely screwed, it's just kaiju. Yeah, they're going to carpet bomb the shit out of that. Damn it.
Land of the rising sun, huh?
Land of the...
The land of the dropped suns.
What is it? Land of the falling bomb. Oh.
That's not my joke either. This is a Japanese guy.
Oh, thank God.
I think I probably shouldn't say that. He's Asian. I don't know what I don't know if he's Japanese or not.
Super fair.
But he does a lot of like Japanese bomb jokes that are. I just literally ripped that off of like word for word.
He did stop at Japan.
Yeah, I told you. Yeah.
Fuck. Well, my brain added the world when I first read it. I was definitely under that impression.
Big sad.
Big sad.
Also, because I just saw a post about it, I got fucking bamboozled. By Atlas. I bought the what do you call it? DLC for Tactica. Because it has a Kechi and Kasumi in it. And then it's because they were saying if you beat the DLC, Kechi and Kasumi become playable characters in the mainline game. So I was like, okay, I'm only like 6 hours into the main story, so I'm just gonna do this quick and do it. Which the DLC is 7 hours, roughly, is what playtime I put into it. Only available in New Game Plus. Which I can already tell you, Tactica is not the kind of game you play New Game Plus on.
No?
It's just maybe 3 years from now. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's not a game. Like, I played Persona 5 like 4 times through.
It's like the classic genre.
I would play I'd play Strikers in New Game Plus because that's actually a trophy, and I eventually want to get that platinum trophy.
It sounds like a problem I hear from a lot of genre blends where it's like trying to mix the Persona and a tactics game. You get not the best from both of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I hear from what the little bits I've heard about Tactica so far is it's much more of a Persona game than a tactics game.
Just like Strikers is much more of a Persona game than a Warriors game.
So people that like tactics games aren't going to fully get what they want. And people like Persona games might not want a whole bunch of tactics in their Persona.
But I will say that Strikers is much more reminiscent of Persona because you still have the original artwork.
Yeah.
The chibiness is cute, but sometimes just like...
It makes it feel like a side thing, though,
for
sure.
certain things, put like the cool artwork. Like when I do the all-outs in the combat, like you can't just like put a cool shot in there like you did in the other games. It's just an animation. It's just, I don't know.
I got you beat.
You also can't skip the fucking credits and you have to watch all of the credits of the DLC to get access to that thing because we were trying to leave. We were like ready to go. So I was like, these credits aren't ending. So I closed the game and reopened it quick just to check, and it didn't go through or whatever. So thankfully the autosave was after I beat the boss, so I just had to skip all of the last cutscenes and then
hit those credits again.
Hit the credits again, and then I just flipped through my phone and let it roll, and then it got through the credits. There was a post-credit scene that actually ties into the main story because the DLC takes place like right before the main story, and then unlocks. So I can use Kasumi and Akechi, I guess, in this some like post-game stuff. I think I heard somewhere on a Reddit thread, a forum thread somewhere, that you might be able to use them on, but they're like, nah, it's New Game Plus, basically. I was like, it was $20 I just spent for... I mean, the story was okay, though. Yeah. The story in the DLC is actually more intriguing to me than so far of the main plot.
Brutal.
Yeah. I was like, oh, boy. But also, it's because Akechi and Kasumi are there, too, and they're, like, 2 of my favorite characters, so it's like, Okay. What do you get to say about this?
What do you bring it to the table?
How are you here? Knowing what I know. Timeline of this game makes no sense. Because it's like, I don't even know when it's supposed to take place. This is weird to me. Just the whole time. And because even Strikers is supposed to be a sequel. That one kind of makes sense. They're back. Like,
yeah,
they all meet up for something and then some shit happens. But Tactica's canonidity. Canonidity, or whatever you want to say. Continuity. There we go. Canonidity.
Yes, combine both the words you wanted.
But whatever. Kagura Bachi was pretty fucking dope.
I was hoping we'd still get it in because it was pretty fucking dope. I changed my Twitter banner.
Yo, those guys are about to get fucking Mr. Shiba too.
I just loved that panel so much.
Oh, the one. Oh, yeah. Yes. Fucking. That. Chihiro. Oh, Kagura.
Chihiro, you said it, yes! You put respect on the man's name.
Kagura. At least admitted that he's in no condition to fight. So finally. I thought he was going to be like one of those hardheads, but it really wasn't. And fucking Mr. Shiba's about to just fuck up those dudes out there.
Yeah, for sure. I have no doubt.
But this last panel, though, at the very end, when he goes, what is this thing called? Koro? Shred? Oh, yes. It just looks so badass with all of the black koi fish everywhere.
And how dark everything is. Like, he brought the tone down immensely. Because look at the last few pages before it.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, boom.
Bright,
boom,
darker,
boom,
darker,
bam.
darkest. Especially even like this transition.
I like that he finally said out loud all three of the powers in like the same page.
Yeah, Koro, long range attacks. Aka, absorbing. Nishiki, Koden. And be more flexible. This is the end. Koro, Shred. Which, what would that fall under? Is that a fourth attack?
No, because it's the long range attack. Because he said Koro again.
Oh, right. Duh. Fucking retard.
I think each one's also the name of the goldfish that he owned that comes up. Like, if this was Kuro, I think his black goldfish back at home was also Kuro.
Yeah, because this sword that they're wearing is the one that his dad was making at the beginning of the series, right?
Yes.
I would assume.
I would also presume. It also, like, the fact that, like, he infused, like, because it's probably his choice to have the goldfish there, unless it's a reflection of, like, Chihiro's perception of it.
This also tells me that there's no way that he's gonna fight Sojo. What's his name? Is that his name? The other guy.
You know, I was thinking he might still, but you're right. He's kind of in no condition to.
And he's just about to use a big attack that he's definitely not going to be able to do anything about afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I also love his chemistry with his dad.
Yes.
Every time his dad has a flashback, it's great. Just that I love this. Those last couple panels there where he's like wiping his eye and it even has like how the eyes stretch out like that. It just looks so good.
We're definitely going to get all of the character of his father through flashbacks.
Yeah.
So.
Sadly. I mean, so happily that we'll get it.
Yes.
Because I love him. I specifically love their chemistry. His straight man to his dad's silly man.
Yes. Very much so.
Yeah, it hits for me. It hits emotionally for me. The way you can even feel him being like, "Oh, you're so stupid," but smiling and loving him. Oh, it hits.
Yeah, it does. It's so great. So good.
So good. It just has. Because I see both sides of the praise and slander.
Oh, did you notice too, though? I took a screenshot in here somewhere. One of these dudes has a sword arm.
Yes. Yes. We have another sword arm. It just has so much fucking style to it, man. He just knows how to make something look really fucking cool. Like, just like Sakamoto Days. Not quite to Sakamoto Days' level.
I know you still haven't read Chapter 2 yet, but Chapter 3 of Shadow Eliminators is pretty fucking good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I mean, I started chapter 2, and I think I got to the same part I did the first time I tried reading chapter 2. Is when they're both pinning up their posters at the same time. Huh? And I literally close. Not on purpose. I don't sit here like, I'm done. It's more like, I'm going to take a customer. I'm going to play Marvel Snap now.
It's good.
I'm still going to give it a try. It weirdly makes me think of Shaman King stylistically.
I never watched or read Shaman King, to be honest with you, so.
Only a little bit.
I thought we were going to have Wild Strawberry this week, but
I
it was
did
like
too.
a 0.1 chapter or something, right?
Yes, and they said they're coming back the 28th.
Which now puts it on the same week schedule as Shoujo No.
100%, because if Shoujo No comes out this week, they'll still be alternating.
Well, because Shoujo No just put out a 0.1 chapter that I saw.
Yeah, so they might still.
Well, I looked at the dates; they're very, very close together. So
their last one's the 8th, so I would almost bet that.
Well, just
this Thursday, 4 days.
In 4 days, but what about Wild Strawberry now? Because it might not, it might line up, but not
10 days.
Okay, so they're 6 days apart. So yeah, so we'll next week have a Shoujo No the week after.
Like, I think when they took a break, they took that their next chapter would release instead of just doing the week after.
Right.
So I thought the same thing. That was literally my first thought too. I was like, "Oh no, don't do that, please." I like how we're working right now, and it is unknown days till our next Gokuraku guy. Though to be honest, yeah, they haven't missed like day wise, so it's gonna be the 3rd of next month. So third, second. So
cool.
Pretty confident they'll keep hitting that mark. So we're halfway to our next Gokuraku guy.
I'm still like.
I'm 100%.
Like no, I'm just saying like that's like.
Your Kagura Bachi?
Yeah, of all of the new ones, Gokuraku guy for me is on top. Of like Shoujo No, Wild Strawberry, Kagura Bachi, Shadow Eliminators, I put Gokuraku guy above those.
I'm not 100% yet. I think I need a little more Kagura Bachi before I say if I'd put it over Gokuraku guy.
Doesn't Kagura Bachi have more chapters now, though?
No, they're the exact same amount of chapters. And because Gokuraku guys are double. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just double checking myself. I had it.
But yeah, I think that's a good place.
Yes. I feel like there's something we forgot to talk about last week, and then we just didn't remember this week what we forgot to talk about last week. Maybe it was the JJK anime.
Well, I did mention earlier today that we hadn't talked about the anime.
I specifically remember walking away last week being like, man, we still didn't remember everything. I don't know.
Well, we didn't talk about Peak today because...
I didn't read it.
You didn't read it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Well, double it
up. I actually think that's what we forgot last week.
I remember 2 weeks ago we had
a
double
catch-up day. Yeah.
Hamada. We'll remember like 20 minutes.
We talked about Sakamoto already, didn't we?
Nope, that was it.
We still haven't talked about it because I think we mentioned a couple comments to each other in the car last week, and I confused that with talking about it on the podcast.
Yeah, because I thought we had talked about it, but you're like, no, that was the dinosaur stuff.
Yeah.
In the lab. Yeah. No, we're missing five chapters of Sakamoto.
I'm going to put that in a note for next time, guys. Have a good one.
Because actually, I think, we ended last week's episode with saying next week, Sakamoto and more predecessor talk.
Yes. So next week, Sakamoto and more predecessor talk. Because we didn't do either, really.
We mentioned briefly predecessor and overprime. Of the most briefless of briefs. But that's been episode 43 of the Dukes of Weebdom. Have a good one.
Kagura your bachis.
Bachir your Kaguras.